Hello Autumn Wisdo, it's Miss Ellis here. I hope you're all feeling in the festive spirit. Today I'm going to read Santa is Coming to Peterborough, and the author of this book is Steve Smallman. Listen carefully to the places which Santa visits. I wonder if you may be able to recognise any of these places within the city of Peterborough. Santa is coming to Peterborough. And on here it says, to Miss Ellis, for being good. Merry Christmas from Santa. Well, boomed Santa, have all the children of Peterborough been good this year? Well, mostly, answered the little old elf as he bustled across the busy workshop to Santa's desk. Santa peered down at the elf from behind the tall pile of letters that the children from Peterborough had sent him. Mostly? Asked Santa, looking over the top of his glasses. Yes, but they've all been good, especially good, in the last few days, said the elf. Jolly good, Santa chuckled. Then we'd better get their presents loaded up. Even though the sack of the presents was really, really big, all the elves were really, really small. They seemed to have no trouble loading it onto Santa's sleigh. Though how they managed to fit such a big sack into such a little sleigh, even they didn't know. But somehow they did. Splendid, boomed Santa. We're ready to go. Not quite, Santa, said the little old elf. One of our reindeer is missing. Missing? Which reindeer is missing? Asked Santa. The youngest one, Santa, said the elf. It's his first flight tonight. I've called him and called him, but... Then one young reindeer strolled up, munching on a large carrot. Where have you been? Asked Santa. But the youngest reindeer was crunching so loudly that it was no wonder he hadn't heard the little old elf calling. Oh, well, never mind, said Santa, giving the reindeer a little wink. He took out his Santa nav and tapped in the postcode PE1 for Peterborough. This will guide us to Peterborough in no time. Crunch, crunch, crunch. With a flick of the reins and a jerk of the harness, off they went, racing through the sky. Ho, 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 laughed Santa. We'll soon have these parcels delivered to the children of Peterborough. Santa's sleigh flew through the starry night, heading south across the North Sea. On they flew in the crisp, wintry air, crossing the coast above the Wash. In the wink of an eye, the sleigh was flying above Holbeach and on over the fens. The youngest reindeer was very excited. He had never been away from the North Pole before. They were just crossing over Eye when suddenly they ran into a blizzard. Snowflakes whirled around the sleigh. They couldn't see a thing. The youngest reindeer was getting a bit worried, but Santa didn't seem worried. In 2 kilometres, said the Santa nav in a bossy lady's voice. Keep left at the next star. But madam, Santa blustered, I can't see any stars in all this snow. Soon they were hopelessly lost. Then through the howling blizzard the youngest reindeer heard a faint ringing sound. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. He looked over at the old reindeer with the red nose, but he had his head down. Ding dong, ding dong. There was that sound again, like church bells. The youngest reindeer turned round to look at Santa, but Santa wasn't listening. He seemed to be arguing with a little box with buttons on it. With a flick of a harness and a jerk of the reins, the youngest reindeer gave a sharp tug and headed off towards Santa, the sound of the chimes pulling Santa and his sleigh behind him. Whoa! Cried Santa, pulling his hat straight. What's going on? Then to his surprise he heard a ringing sound. Well done, young reindeer, he shouted cheerfully. It must be Peterborough Cathedral. Don't worry, children, Santa is coming. But suddenly, crunch! The sleigh hit something as it plummeted through the snow clouds. "You have arrived at your destination," said the Santa sat-nav unhelpfully. Finally, when the snow had died down, the clouds parted, Santa discovered exactly where they were, stuck right at the very top of the Christmas tree in Cathedral Square. "Everybody, pull!" The reindeer pulled with all their might, until at last, with a screeching noise, the sleigh scraped clear of the Christmas tree, and Santa steered them safely above Broadway, past the library and down into Central Park. Luckily, there was no real damage done, but the parcels had all been jumbled up. Santa quickly sorted out the presents into order again. "Right," said Santa. "Thanks to this young reindeer, I know where we are now. Don't worry, children. Santa is coming." Santa drove his sleigh expertly from rooftop to rooftop all over Peterborough, popping in and out of chimneys as fast as he could. There were big chimneys in Stanground and small chimneys in Fletton. He wriggled down the thin chimneys in Westwood and plummeted down fat chimneys in Eastfield. The youngest reindeer was amazed at how quickly they went. Santa never seemed to get tired at all, and it looked like the children in Peterborough were going to be very lucky this year. But the youngest reindeer was starting to feel a little bit weary and quite hungry too. In house after house, Santa delved inside his sack for parcels of every shape and size. He piled them under the Christmas trees and carefully filled up stockings with surprises. In house after house, the good children of Peterborough had left out a large mince pie and a small glass of something and a big crunchy carrot. Santa took a little bite out of each mince pie and a tiny sip of something, wiped his beard and popped the carrots into his sack. From Bretton to Hampton, from Dogsthorpe to Gunthorpe, from Warrington to Palmer, and all the places in between, Santa and his sleigh visited every house. Santa delivered presents to Abby, Annil, Ben, Brooke, Chantal, and Chelsea. Their lists went on and on. Finally, Santa had delivered the last present in his long Peterborough list. "Great moons and stars," sighed Santa. "It's past midnight and my sack seems as heavy as ever. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone." Santa opened his sack to check, but it was full of juicy, crunchy carrots. Santa shared out the carrots among all the reindeer. "Well done, lad," he said, patting the youngest reindeer gently on the nose. But the youngest reindeer didn't hear him. He was too busy munching. Then it was time to set off for home. Santa reset his Santa nav once more to the North Pole, and soon they were speeding across the River Nene, over the lakes, through the crisp starry night. "Ho, ho, ho," laughed Santa. "Merry Christmas, Peterborough." I hope you enjoyed Santa is Coming to Peterborough. Have a lovely day, Autumn Wistow, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.